for the loss of not being able to pick the phone up. I think I had to go through that pain.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. The whole Chrisley family has reunited and I am here for it. I am loving it because I am a Chrisley fan. I have been for many years, ever since the show came out. And despite what maybe they were found guilty of, I like the family, okay? Yes, I like criminals. Don't hate me, it is what it is. I like them, I think they're funny, okay? And I actually was devastated when they were estranged from Lindsie. It was, I don't know, because I felt like they are such a tight-knit family. I always felt like Todd really cared about his family a lot. So when they were estranged, I was like, man, this sucks. This has to be difficult. But they're back together, you guys, for a Chrisley takeover where they are going to be hopping from podcast to podcast. They were on Chrisley Confessions, and this past week, I fell asleep listening to it last night and woke back up and finished listening to it. It was a really good episode. They explain where they are now, where they were, and where they plan to go in their relationship. So they are on Chrisley Confessions. They plan on going to coffee combos with Kail and Lindsie, as well as Southern Tea, Lindsie Chrisley's other podcast, as well as Savannah's podcast, which is titled Unlocked. So let me give you guys all the details because it was a really good episode. Sorry, my computer's making a ton of noise. Okay, so the Chrisleys had a mini reunion on Todd and Julie's Chrisley Confessions podcast, during which the family opened up about their past estrangement from Todd's oldest daughter, Lindsie Chrisley. Lindsie joined her mom, her dad, and stepmom for the episode, as did her younger sister, Savannah Chrisley. Like I said, they opened up about their relationship, you know, what happened back then. They really jumped into what happened back then, explained how it went wrong, how Lindsie being one way and them being one way, being raised that way to work on their issues, it being so different. On the podcast, they talked about how Lindsie's personality is, if someone hurts her feelings or if someone makes her mad, she cannot sit there and be cool with you to film. If she comes over and you tick her off and then they have to film for the next 8 hours, she's not going to pretend like you are okay, that you're okay. She's going to wear her emotions on her face, very obvious, and she can't be fake. That's what she says. She says, I can't do it. Whereas Todd and Savannah and Julie, they get fight, and then the moment they say action to film, everybody is good, getting along to film for the show. And they said that was one of the reasons why Lindsie had to walk away, because she couldn't do that. She, you know, they would have these moments of contention, and then they would have to record, and she was not well with that. Which ultimately it led to her leaving the show and a really bad estrangement, even to the point where Lindsie Chrisley one point said that there would never be a reconciliation between her and her dad. I mean, she stated that, I think it was on her Coffee Combos podcast, and she said it'll never happen. So I'm glad that it finally did. I am here for it, you guys. So Todd opened up on the podcast, admitting that he wasn't prepared for this estrangement, but believes that it was in fact necessary. He said, but I will tell you now, looking back, we needed this estrangement because there's no way I'd be where I am today if I had not, well really if Lindsie had not forced the estrangement by leaving Chrisley Knows Best and cutting off communications. Todd, who has also admitted to having some estrangement with his daughter Savannah, says he's grateful for what the family went through with Lindsie, claiming that it all needed to happen. So they did talk about that as well. Savannah and Todd talked about how they have been estranged before in the past, that they were estranged for 6 months. And during that 6 months, they filmed during that 6 months. And what would happen is they did not talk. She would show up for call time, film whatever they were doing, whether it was going out to eat, whether it was, you know, going out and about to do something or just hanging out at the house. She would walk in, they would say action, everybody's good, everybody's getting along, everybody's filming. The moment they say cut, she would leave and she would not talk to Todd at all. They said the big difference between their estrangement and Lindsie's estrangement is the public did not know about it. As far as the public knew, they were getting along just fine. But when it comes to Lindsie and Todd's estrangement, the public knew about it, which obviously when, you know, the media and the public finds out about problems within a family, it makes it 10 times worse. You got a lot of people commenting on your pages, talking about your family, and it's just never good when the public knows about a family problem between a family, you know? So yeah, his estrangement with Savannah lasted about 6 months and nobody knew about it. So if you guys remember, the drama between Todd and Lindsie got so bad that at one point, Lindsie asked an FBI officer to help her get a restraining order against her dad. She also accused her dad, Todd, and her brother, Chase, of trying to exploit her using an alleged sex tape. Allegedly, he claimed that he had a sex tape of Lindsie in his possession and that he would use it to blackmail her. That was what Lindsie had said at one point. They have come out later to say that there was a huge misunderstanding. Todd said he never had a sex tape and he never would have a sex tape of his daughter. But they did say it was a huge misunderstanding, and it was because someone that Lindsie was talking to at the time lied to her and fed her a bunch of BS that she believed about her family. Don't know who that friend was that lied to Lindsie, but I hope Lindsie got rid of this friend if it was someone that was lying to her to kind of turn her against her dad. Lindsie was also falsely accused by her family in 2021 as being the person who helped authorities build the tax fraud case against Todd and Julie. Though she once claimed that there would never be a reconciliation between her and her family, she did stand by her dad and her stepmom earlier this year when the couple was found guilty of conspiracy to commit bank fraud. While Lindsie did not confirm that a reconciliation had happened during that time, she did take the stand during the trial to support Todd in her testimony. She said that Todd's top priorities are his children and his wife, and in that order. So like I said, they're calling it the Chrisley takeover. This week they were on Chrisley Confessions. Next week they're going to be on Coffee Convos, as well as Southern Tea. And then they're going to be on Savannah's Unlocked podcast. So you guys, the episode was really interesting to hear them talk about, their issues and how their own issues caused them to have issues with each other and not know how to handle it. Todd said on the episode that with reconciling with Lindsie, there are times that he will talk to her, she'll say something that kind of bothers him, but it's something that she is well within her right to say. She's an adult, but it'll be something that maybe he kind of takes to heart, and he'll have to take a moment, and like pray about it and be like, if that's the way that she's feeling, she is allowed to feel that way. I cannot let it make me mad. Like, I have to respect that this is how she feels and that she is just voicing how she feels to me, and I can't let it make me mad. So one thing that it seems like Todd is learning to do is, not be so in control of everything, which Todd, he says, I'm a control freak. I want to control everybody. So it seems like he is allowing, Lindsie to be an adult and conversate the way that she wants to, voice her feelings the way that she needs to. And if it is something that bothers him, he figuring out how to deal with that rather than being mad at her, So I'm so here for them, being a family again. I mean, there was at one point that Todd did not talk to Kail and did not talk to Lindsie, and that, they just seemed to almost hate him. And now he's got his whole family, It sucks that they may be going to jail because I do like the family. And I mean, yes, if they committed the crimes, I get it. You do the crime, you do the time. I've always stood by that. But I like the family, and I just believe that they were framed. I don't know. I want to believe that they were framed. So you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you guys shocked to hear that Lindsie Chrisley has reconciled with her dad? And not only that, but they are speaking publicly for the first time on their podcast about what happened back then. You guys leave me your thoughts. I will link the podcast in the description box below if you guys want to go listen. It's really interesting to listen to it, so go check it out. Leave me your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.